Is President Obama hiding something about his czars? Now, today, some House Republicans proposed 3 congressional resolutions having to do with the president's czars. So what's the problem? What do the Republicans want to know? One of the Republicans who wants answers is Congressman Patrick McHenry. He joins us live. Nice to see you, sir.
Thanks for having me, Greta.
So what's your problem with the czars? Certainly, President Obama's not the first president to have czars, although he may have more than the others.
Well, it's like saying the government spends money, Greta. I mean, sure, the government spent money in the past, but President Obama is doing it to an unprecedented rate and level. And sure, former presidents have had czars. Doesn't make it right then, but the president, this president's had dozens upon dozens just in the first couple of months.
Well, Senator Byrd, who's a member of the president's party, wrote a letter back in February, and he was complaining because these czars were being appointed, not going through any sort of congressional oversight, no advice and consent by the Senate. So that rubbed him the wrong way. Is that a problem you have with this process?
Well, the question is, what do they do? If they're high-ranking government officials that are making policy, then they should be confirmed by the Senate. And if they're not making policy and they're actually not making major actions, then they're just simply figureheads and they shouldn't be collecting a salary. So either way, I don't think it's a just way to go, whether it's a constitutional question or just simply a funding question.
I don't get this. I'm looking through the list. Afghanistan czar. Why isn't that Department of Defense or State Department? Border czar. Why is that Homeland Security? California water czar. Why isn't that Agriculture? Central Region czar. Why isn't that State Department? Domestic violence czar. Why isn't that Justice? Drug czar. Why isn't that DEA? Economic. Why isn't that Labor? I mean, I go through this list. I think we've already got this monstrosity government. Why does he need these?
Well, I don't know if it's just simply a question of not sure how to govern, or that they want to raise things to another level. You can look at Carol Browner, for instance, who was the head of the EPA during the Clinton administration. She now serves as the International Climate Change Czar, and she is in charge, according to her own words, over policy in the Department of Energy and the EPA. So it seems to me that she's acting as a super cabinet secretary. It seems as though cabinet secretaries are not truly relevant anymore, that you have to be a czar of some sort to have real authority in this administration.
And we should probably point out that if you have a cabinet-level job or an ambassador or even a lower level, is that you actually go up to Capitol Hill, you fill out all sorts of forms, you have all the members go through, the Senate go through, and that's scrutiny, and we've seen what happens when people aren't scrutinized. We can learn unfortunate things later.
A great example is Van Jones, who was the green job czar, touted by the White House, and apparently the White House didn't do a simple Google search to see this fellow's extremist background and the associations that he had. Much less his writings. And so you can see that the simple vetting process of going through confirmation before the Senate is really one that the Founding Fathers thought was important. And even today, I think even the media finds it important to have some scrutiny, to understand people's backgrounds, their direction, and furthermore, making sure that these cabinet secretaries or czars are held accountable to the public and to Capitol Hill.
And I should point out, other presidents have had them. This president has more, and many of these men and women they're fine men and women. Senator George Mitchell is on here for me. I mean, there are lots of good names that we recognize, but why not have tough scrutiny of everybody? Because we don't want mistakes anyway. Nice to see you, Congressman.
Great to see you again.
Up next, a very special interview. No other network is